Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about crash bars. Yes, these guys. Oh yeah. So today I want to talk about crash bars. Some people have them, some people don't. I want to talk about the pros and the cons. Is it good? Is it not good? Do you need it? Don't you need it? Just like many of you that own an adventure bike, you are on the Facebook forums, just as I am. I got the Tenere 700, so I'm on a bunch of Tenere 700 forums, and I see it every day. Guys come onto the page and say, hey, I'm new, I just bought my bike, or I'm going to purchase a bike. What is the first modification I should do? And everybody suggests crash bars. So in my opinion, with crash bars comes good and bad, and I want to address this a little bit and give some of you some pointers, and then you can make the decision whether you want them or not. So the general idea of the crash bar is that when the bike goes down, to minimize any damage to the bike. And this kind of does work. It's not 100%, it's not bulletproof, but it does help. And by not being bulletproof, I'm going to show you right now what I mean with that. So if you can see this down here, right here, you can see all these scratches, and these happen even having these lower engine guards on here. You can see that they are scratched, so I dropped the bike quite a few times, and yet this still happened. So it's not really bulletproof. On this side here, I even managed to crack my fairing. I don't know how well you can see that. It's probably pretty difficult to see on the camera, but it did happen. The first time I went down, you can see some scratches in there. You can see my crash bar. It is scuffed and scratched, and it's been used for sure. And yet even small things like these still happen. So the crash bar is supposed to help keep damage down when you do drop your bike. I see many riders out there, they put fog lights, like auxiliary lights on them. They use them as mounting points. Another use for them I see a lot is luggage. They sell these little bags that sit on the sides of the crash bars, and people put tools in them or spare tubes or all that. So these are all advantages of the crash bar. One of the disadvantages of having a crash bar is the added weight to the bike. We all know that adventure bikes, they are pretty heavy, and going off-road on them, every pound that is on the bike makes it even heavier. The Tenere 700 is known to be a top-heavy bike by design, sadly. And I just think that having more metal, more stuff sitting higher up on the bike is really not helping much. I dropped that bike a few times when I got it. I kind of learned how to ride it, so I'm really thinking, I'm not thinking, I made the decision I'm going to get rid of these. So the downsides of having crash bar is the added weight, the cost of a good crash bar. These bars were on the bike, I did not add them, so I don't know how much they are. I would guess somewhere in the $150 to $200 range. Another downside of having crash bars is when you work on your bike and you have to take the side fairings off or other stuff, most of the time the crash bar is in the way. So that adds another step to what you have to do to take off the bike to get to your actual job. So I'm going to show you that crash bar setup right now that I have on the bike. It's a two-piece kind of deal. It's an upper and a lower crash bar, and I'm going to show you the mounting points on that. So this is the upper crash bar that protects most of the fairing. It goes down here. On the Tenere it goes with one bolt right to the engine. So the engine mounting bracket here is where that goes to. It comes up here, it sweeps up front, and then on the bottom it has these two bolts, and it has that long bracket that goes to the headlight bracket. That's where this mounts to, and then the same on the other side. And then we have the lower crash bar, which I am going to keep because it helps me protect my engine in case I do drop the motorcycle, which I still occasionally do, but I would like to keep my engine protected as good as possible. So here we have a shot from the other side. It's basically the same. It comes down here. Again, it goes to the engine mounting, and this one here actually goes to that subframe connector. So I like the mounting of the lower ones a little bit better than the upper ones. So I'll be taking these crash bars off. I used them a good bit since I got the bike, but I learned to ride the bike. I learned how the bike wants to be ridden. I rarely drop the bike anymore, so I decided I'm going to get rid of the upper ones. I'm going to keep the lower ones to protect my engine if I do drop the motorcycle, but I'm going to get rid of the upper ones for weight reduction. And honestly, but that's my personal opinion, I don't like the way they look. I'd much rather have a more cleaner bike without having all these tubes running up and down. And I understand some of you love that Mad Max tactical, military, rugged look, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my thing. So I took the crash bar off, and I'm going to give you a quick walk around to see you how the bike looks now without the crash bars. Look at that, she's way cleaner now. No bars obstructing the fairings. I just like it way better this way. But that's just me personally. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the crash bar that I took off. I'm going to put it on the scale, and then we see how much that sucker actually weighs. So I got this set up here. Here's the scale. We're going to turn it on. Can you actually see this? All right, it shows 0 right here. Let's see if we can get this in a bit better here. There you go. So here's the one half is 3 pounds. The second half is, all right, over 6 pounds. Then we have the center bracket, that brings it to 7 pounds. And we have a little bit of hardware, not much, but 7 pounds and 11 ounces. It's not bad at all. So after I showed you how much weight I'm going to save, I mean 7 pounds off a top heavy bike, that's very noticeable. This is no joke at all. I'm very happy with that. But here comes the next thing. Now all you're going to say, but Florian, you just lost all your protection. You're going to break your fairings, you know, your turn signal, all that. So I have a half solution for that. For my turn signals, I have no solution. These are cheap Amazon turn signals, and if I break them, I got more here. They're like 10 bucks a pair. I just replace them. It's no big deal. But I have the solution for the fairing. And my solution is right here. Yeah, Camel ADV fairings. These fairings are made out of a plastic that is, you can bend it and twist it. It's basically the same type of plastic like your dirt bike fender, front or rear fender would have. Really flexible ones. And I'm going to take my fairings off. I'm going to replace them with these. So I mean, you can break them. I'm pretty sure if I drop a bike really hard on the rock, they're still gonna crack, but for the most, I believe that these will hold up. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take these off and put these guys on. So to take these fairings off, it's pretty easy. It's 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here, and 1 bolt here. I don't think anything on this side, but on the inside we have 1 here, 1 here, and one up top. These are plastic bolts. You just turn them like, I believe, half a turn or something, they just snap out. And then when you take your fairing off, there's going to be wiring for the turn signal that you're going to have to disconnect. So I'm going to take the first side off, and we're going to take a look at this. All right, so these are 8 millimeters. Just a socket, quick and easy. There goes one. There goes the one on the bottom. There goes the one on top. So now we need to do the ones, let me show you. Let me put that back in. These here, the plastic bolts, these are just like half a turn. You just turn them, flip, and there you go. That's how it is. So you don't have to wrench it much. They just half a turn, and then they pop out. And we're gonna do that with all of them. There we go. So now I should be able to take this just off. Let's see. Let's see if I forgot anything. Yep. Okay, so it turns out these plastic thingies, you do have to pull them out all the way. That was where it was hanging on. All right, here we got the fairing. Now, that's the cable for the turn signal. We're gonna have to trace that back and just disconnect it. And there we go, one fairing off. This is how that new fairing is gonna look like. It's not covered, it has no decal, this is matte. I believe that all the fairings from Camel ADV come in a matte finish, and then you put a wrap over it or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take the turn signal out of the old fairing, and just for the heck of it, let's put them on the scale and let's see how much they weigh. So let's see, we're back to 0. So the OEM fairing weighs 14 ounces. Okay, let's take it off. Let's see how much this one weighs. 14 ounces, so we save exactly 0 weight, but it's not heavier, so that's a good deal. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer the turn signal from the old fairing to the new fairing, and then I'm going to slap that guy on here. Alright, so got this back together and we're going to bolt it back on. So first thing is we got to plug in our turn signal so we don't forget and be like, oh, I'm going to have to take it off again. So figure out which way does it go. So one plug. We set these up over here. There we go. You always gotta be careful and take your time with these aftermarket parts. The finish, or no, not the finish, the fit is not always 100% OEM, so you might need to massage a little bit here and there. Alright, I got the 3 outer panel bolts on, and now I'm gonna do the little plastic ones on the inside. And there it is, fully installed. I have to say, the fit is actually really, really good. I have done a bunch of aftermarket stuff over my life, and as I said, there's always a little bit haggling and, you know, pushing, twisting to get it to work, but this actually fits pretty good. I'm gonna have to give a big shout out to Camel ADV. This is really nicely done. So next step is the other side. All right, so we got both panels changed, and man, bike looks way different now. No more crash bar, and these nice looking panels. These recesses here are for the Yamaha logo. I'm gonna take them out of the original plastics and put them back on here. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna need to get a graphic kit soon to make all this match. Well, that's pretty much this. I still got 2 more little goodies from Camel ADV for the bike. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to show you to install it because it's pretty straightforward, but I'm going to show you anyways what I got. So I got the Camel ADV 1-finger clutch. So people are saying that these things work great. It has that bracket that bolts to the engine. Your clutch cable goes through here. And this is the arm that actually moves back and forth when you pull your clutch. And it has different slots so you can adjust how much leverage you want or not. And I got the heavy duty side stand return spring. If you own a T7, then you know that that spring is not really good. It doesn't flap up all the way. It's not that great from design. Alright everybody, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope that I could teach you something. I hope that you learned something about crash bars, and let me know what you guys think. Should I put it back on? Is crash bar a good idea? Is it not a good idea? This is just my opinion. I would like to know what you guys actually think about all this stuff. So go in the comments, you know, let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. 1 second there. You probably saw on one of my other bikes sitting next to it while I was making all this video, and I'm going to give you a quick one around the bike and show you in the next few videos what I'm going to do to that bike. So this is my 1997 Honda Valkyrie. For everybody that has never heard of it, this is based on a Goldwing. It's a Goldwing without the fairings. And this is one of a bunch of bikes that I do own. And we're going to work on this pretty soon. My issue here with this bike, it's going to be difficult to show you guys here on video, but my front brake is like sticky. I'm going to rebuild the master cylinder. And I'm going to take this apart, and in another video I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you, and see you next time.